throw shooter. A lot of differing opinions on it, as it wasn't fun to watch for the viewers, but many feel it's a legitimate part of the game if it works.
Conley with a wide open look, and another miss by Memphis.
You know, a team's rebounding is one of the great measures of its energy, and theirs has been terrific in the first quarter.
Yeah, they brought it in terms of having another level of intensity right from the tip.
Here's A-Train, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. A-Train's got 15. The Hack-a-Shack or the Hack-a-Jordan or the Hack-a-whatever being a focus of the playoffs last season. We saw it up close and personal. It opened up a debate, Greg, on whether or not it should be allowed. What do you think?
You know, it's a touchy subject. I remember last summer, or spring, I should say, the commissioner touched upon it. You know, one of the concerns is, do you want to change a rule for an entire league when it basically affects two players? And so it's something that you got to be sensitive to. But to your point, the fans don't want to see that ugly style of basketball.
It's boring. It slows the game down. To the paint, here's K. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Gasol dishes to Randolph. It's rebounded by Indiana. Flash has got 3 rebounds now in this one. A-Train, the three-pointer off the mark. The Grizzlies trail by 19. Outside Gasol. It's rebounded by Indiana. George has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he'd shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
Used the screen and took it all the way.
And there are more points tacked on here to the early lead.
And it's a nice lead as well. I mean, it's no mystery how they've done it. They're attacking the basket.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Allen kicks to Randolph. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
Pacers ball.
Pacers leading by 21. Johnson outside. Outside for George. Dishes to Turner. Back to George. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Inside, Gasol with the steal. Allen with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Stevenson passes to Gasol. Tipped away.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
They double-team Conley. To the paint. Shot to stop the drought. It's Gasol missing.
And boy, has he been struggling big time here in the quarter.
Yeah, he's played tight. I mean, you can see it. No flow at all to his game right now.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint. There it is. Again, on a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
Here's K. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. And that's 15 points for Flash.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Definitely. 10 of their last 12 points have come off assists.
Down low, here's Gasol, and he gets it to go. Gasol's got 6.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. 5 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. With 1 on the clock, and the release was... And the buzzer sounds to end the first, and we've got a blowout underway here. Indiana out in front, running away with it. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And for the Pacers here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and, you know, it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Conley out there with Lance Stevenson. Then there's Carter. Then it's Green, and it's Anderson in at the pivot, manning the middle.
Talk about great numbers for Flash. He has 15 points and a block. You talk about being on, he's been it. Not even one missed shot so far.
This is superhuman stuff we're seeing today, guys.
Clark, looking around the league, there's no team that teams want to play less than the Memphis Grizzlies. They just wear you down.
Well, they play a physical brand of basketball. They play hard. Everybody's on the same page. And even if you beat the Grizzlies, they take a lot out of you in terms of how they try to wear you down.
The pass to Stevenson. Jumper off the screen. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Stevenson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And there's the whistle. That goes on Flash. That's his first foul. And we played through the first minute here in the second. Stevenson outside. Trying to find Green. He's got it now. Conley into the lane, and Turner with the block, and that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Well, the Pacers, despite all their injuries from last season, were right in the playoff hunt until the very end. Had a chance, in fact, GA, on the last day to sneak in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they needed a Brooklyn loss to go along with them winning that last game. Ultimately, though, it wasn't in the cards for them, and they ended a game out of the postseason.
To the middle, stolen by Anderson. Conley kicks to Anderson. On the wing, Stevenson. He dishes it to Conley. They set the pick. Just 5 to shoot. From the high post. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
And, you know, the Pacers had made the playoffs in each of the last 4 seasons prior to last year's miss. Hard for a team that was coming off of back-to-back conference finals appearances to stomach that. But with the injuries, they'll be better and back in the playoffs next year, I'm sure.
Fast break. Here we go. Johnson, the pass to A-Train. The shot by George, wide open. Great look, but off the mark. The Grizzlies have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Stolen. Here's A-Train.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
You know, he just, like every other coach, can't stand when the defense gives up points on the inside, and boy, are they struggling in there.
Yeah, well, they're getting pummeled in there, so you've got to figure out a way to make some adjustments to try to change that around, and that's why he needed the timeout.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Conley kicks to Stevenson. And just miss after miss right now. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Feeds to Johnson. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
They're hovering around 50% for the game in three-pointers. That's pretty good. But they've really elevated here in the second quarter.
Green, the screen. Turner with the steal. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And the shot is good. 22 points for A-Train. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Pacers.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
George with the bucket.
Yeah, again, just lackluster transition defense.
And 7 of the last 10 points, Greg, they've surrendered, have come off the fast break, so real easy to see what the problem is.
George against Carter. He kicks it to Stevenson. And up the court come the Pacers on the break.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder how much can they win by.
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it. You can see it. In part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good.
That's in there. Carter with the assist. And that's now 7 points for Lance Stevenson.
Such a height mismatch out on the perimeter, and they give up the triple.
He feeds it to Green. Conley with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Conley kicks to Green. Shot clock at 6. Great open look there. And that's now 10 points for Lance Stevenson.
You know, Dave Yeager, the coach for the Grizzlies, has really become a big-name coach quite quickly. You know, he's worked his way up the Memphis coaching ladder and has had a ton of success early on in his career.
The Grizzlies have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. There's a screen. The shot by Carter. Nobody around. Can't convert after the good screen.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And Anderson slams it in.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounce ability.
No problems knocking that one down. Turner's got 6 in the quarter.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Here's the screen. Kicks to Stevenson. Out to the wing. And here's Conley outside. And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here. Hill, he's checked in for Johnson. And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Wright, he's checked in for Jermichael Green. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Wright. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got assist number 8 now on the night. Indiana's gotten it going from downtown in the second quarter. They're 3 of 3 on 3-pointers. A-Train, the pass to K. And again, it's Indiana converting.
Well, I tell you what, when you get this kind of effort and efficiency from him, they're a really hard team to beat.
Conley against Hill. And Hill over to help. Conley dishes to Stevenson. Pass to Wright. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Clark, Brandon Wright was moving all over the league last year, all over the map. Traded twice, once from Dallas to Boston, then again sent to Phoenix where he finished up the season.
Kevin, he was only with Boston for 8 games after the trade. He seemed to find a better home when he was with Phoenix.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Gasol comes in for Anderson, and Allen subbed in for Vince Carter.
And for Wright, being traded twice, he's one of those players that is so efficient, but in small doses. So really the ultimate bitch. guy to come in and give you minutes in the post.
Here's Conley. Rebounded by Flash. Flash has got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
He's really lacking in confidence out there. 0 field goals made so far in this game.
And, you know, I think that will ultimately be Wright's role going forward. A great bench option. Despite all the trades, last year he was still extremely efficient as a scorer.
Gasol, a screen on him, and it's Conley penetrating. Here's Gasol, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet. And it's 8 points for Marc Gasol.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him. You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
It's rebounded by Indiana.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Allen kicks to Wright. To the middle. Here's Conley. Kicks it out to Allen. They double team Conley. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Wright missing.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
He gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
That's how you drive your point home.
I tell you what, he's lucky on that one that he got away with maybe not picking up a tee.
Conley kicks to Stevenson. Wright with a screen on George. Stevenson drives in, and it's sent back by George. Here's A-Train, takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Allen outside. Will it go? The shot is off.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Hill kicks to George. Indiana moving the ball around. Passes it to A-Train. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Wright with a screen on George. Stevenson passes to Wright. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
Yeah, the offense seems completely in disarray.
Exactly. But at the other end, it's one bucket after the other. This run is getting out of hand right now.
Now here's Allen. Not a lot of room. The feed now to Wright. It's Allen with the drive, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. Some changes for Indiana. Hill comes in for Turner, and it's Ellis in for A-Train. 6 on the shot clock. Stevenson inside the three-point line, and the shot falls short this time. On the wing, Ellis, covered by Conley. The three from George. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. 16 points here for George.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
That's 2 in a row, and we call that a streak.
Wright with a screen on Ellis. Allen dishes to Stevenson. Dives for it. From deep three-point range.
And sometimes he can hit that deep three, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Conley, pass to Gasol, and he gets the bucket. Gasol's got 10 points.
Michael Conley with excellent vision on that pass.
Back to George. The dish now to Ellis. The drive by Hill. Here's Kay. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
He's made all 3 of his free throws so far. So as we conclude
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. We've been watching a pretty lot. It was all about Indiana as the game got going. They went to work early at both ends of the floor, going on a 9-0 run to jump out in front. They were able to string together a nice set of offensive plays to finish the quarter, making their last 4 shots. Then in quarter number 2, it was all hands on deck, and what a show it was. Quality execution, good efficiency, some tremendous defensive play helped them take a decisive advantage, and they're running away with this one. And Kenny, what'd you think about what we saw from Indiana?
There's been one thing that's made a difference in this game above all else: their control of the backboard. They put forth an amazing effort on the glass, and the rebounding numbers aren't even close, Ernie. That'll be something to keep.
And that's going to do it for now, as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and...
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. A-Train has been sensational.
He's just been terrific. This is what they needed from him.
And a double-double in just one half of basketball? You can't ask for anything more as a coach, teammate, or fan.
They've got Paul George. Flash out there with Turner. Then it's Johnson, and it's A-Train in at the 2. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
The defense is just not closing out quick enough.
And Gasol slams it in. Here's Indiana. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand.
There's been a huge discrepancy between these teams in their effectiveness from the three-point line.
It has been pronounced, no doubt about it. Definitely a big factor to this point in the game.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And one bright note for the Pacers last season was the play of their bench. Adding Rodney Stuckey was a huge boost for them.
And Stuckey led the charge for the Pacers bench, Greg, as you were talking about. But all around the reserves, Clark, were fantastic on the Pacers.
Yes, 3rd in the league at almost 41 points per game off the bench. 1st in the NBA in bench rebounding, and top 10 in field goal percentage as a bench.
While we have a chance, let's take a look at the teams that led the NBA in rebounding last season. The Pacers in 5th.
It was really an impressive campaign for their bigs. And honestly, I think the whole team did a great job of getting bodies on bodies and controlling that defensive backboard.
One bit of news for the Grizzlies last year is that they acquired a single affiliation deal with a Clark, a D-League team, which you think is going to help them.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that team is the Iowa Energy. They're a sole partner now with the Iowa Energy. Good move by the team in what is becoming a growing trend in the NBA.
Here's A-Train. Indiana again missing. Conley kicks to Allen. Outside Gasol. Banked in off the glass. Gasol's got 4 points this quarter.
And for Memphis and the D-League, they made the most of it. Set 3 players for a total of 14 assignments with the Energy. And that's how you make the most of an affiliate.
Stolen by Randolph. Conley with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Back to Randolph. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. And it's 8 points for Zach Randolph.
You know, considering the Grizzlies and their D-League partnership, it really makes sense for the franchise. Memphis has always been a place where they grow their own talent. A lot of good players have come out of Memphis. Not a lot of big names signed in free agency by the Grizzlies.
Randolph a screen. Carter the pass to Conley. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by Flash. Indiana's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. There's the bucket. Good.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one. They
throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's on Tony Allen.
The shooting percentage continues to elevate here in the second half.
Well, as a group, they've been harmonic since the break. In sync. Good team basketball resulting in high-quality shots.
Indiana shooting their 7th free throw attempt here.
Just absolute domination in this one for A-Train. He's got 45 points. And talk about the 3-ball for him. Wow, unbelievable from long distance.
Clark, there have been some fireworks from deep today. Boy, he is just dangerous out there.
Conley kicks to Gasol. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And Marc Gasol, surprisingly nimble for a 7-footer. He really moves his feet well at both ends of the floor.
And when you look at Marc Gasol now versus when he came into the league, remarkable how that body of his, Clark, has transformed.
Kevin, he changed his diet and he dropped a bunch of weight. Believe it or not, he even grows vegetables at his house. He's really gone all in on the transformation of his body.
Clark, good information.
Yes, sir. That's what we do. That's what we do here. Whew. Info and entertainment.
Oh. Allen dishes to Randolph. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Randolph's got 10.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
It's George on the wing. Back to Johnson. Out to the wing. Clock at 6.
Boy, you got to build a wall around the bucket to keep this man down.
You know, Clark, and even then, he might just go over it.
He could.
Look at this. Check out the elevation he gets.
Wow, I tell you, I just cannot get enough of those kind of plays. What a rim wrecker.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Anderson's checked in.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
For Memphis, they've gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Allen passes to Conley. And there's the call on A-Train. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
They double-team Conley. Some nice passing there by Memphis. And a miss there on the triple.
Well, he's building a house with those bricks. I mean, one reason is he keeps trying to force it up when he's defended well. Move the ball. Share the sugar.
Here's A-Train. Non-stop scoring machine here. Clock at 4. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
Nothing better than a hustle play like that. It gets the whole team amped up, sets the example for everyone.
Memphis has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. They double-team Conley. Back to Anderson. All alone. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Anderson's got his second basket.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Here's A-Train, defended by Allen. Johnson right side. And the pass to A-Train. Tries from 10. Anderson with the block. And here we go. Carter heading to the hoop. Allen outside. And Turner with the block. Here's A-Train. And the Pacers another 3. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for Indiana.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.